Good evening on this Thursday, the 7th day of March 2024. Welcome to Newswatch on Hope TV, the station where you look and live. We have a packed news bulletin for you tonight, so sit back, relax, and let us get you updated on the day's events. Glad to be back on your screen. I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Let's kick off. President William Ruto has appreciated the role played by women in politics, saying they are the cornerstone of our country's politics. Speaking today when he presided over the launch of G7 strategy by the Council of Governors, the president noted that women are drivers of change and agents of democratic governance. Yet their active participation in this country's politics is limited, restricted, and always dotted with obstacles. And as Alice Diana reports, women governors said their caucus hopes to meet the target of increasing women governors through mentorship and encouraging more women and girls to aspire for political office.
Ahead of the marking of the International Women's Day slated for 8th March this year, the Women Governors Caucus have today launched the G7 strategy, which seeks to increase the number of women in gubernatorial positions in the next elections from the current 7 to 16. The strategy also seeks to empower and support women leaders in demonstrating efficient, transformational, and strategic governance within the devolved structures. President William Ruto, who presided over the ceremony in Nairobi, said his government will do the best it can to make sure women leadership succeeds. He challenged more women to participate in politics by vying for various elective seats.
There is no doubt as to whether women participate in politics or not, because they do. But now it is time for us to move it a notch higher, that women should not only participate in terms of being voters, they should participate in terms of being candidates and in being elected as leaders.
The president assured the women in the country that by next year, the 2/3 gender rule will be achieved.
The commitment I made is that for the 290 seats, at the very minimum, we must have at least 1/3 being women. Now, I know there is a lot of calculus and mathematics and interpretations and what, but in the bill that is going to go to Parliament, we will make sure that at least more women, and hopefully we can do this by next year, more women get to leadership.
While noting that female genital mutilation, FGM, gender-based violence, early marriages, and childhood pregnancies are some of the contributing factors to minimal participation of women in key sectors of our economy, the president called on both women and men to be champions against these vices and protect the children in this country.
I am asking women leaders, as I do men leaders, to work in concert, all of us, to protect our children, especially from FGM, early marriages, and early pregnancies, because it is destroying the future of many of our children.
Speaking at the same event, former Kitui Governor Charity Ngilu has urged women leaders to work together despite their political affiliations to foster development in the country.
And I want to assure you, Your Excellency, by the way, if you have more women in leadership, they will help you carry a lot of the work that you are doing. They will help you, and very well indeed. You'll be freer than you are today. Women, I think there is something I want to say here about politics. Something is worrying me very much. We women have seen here that we are going to make sure that we will work across political divide. All parties, we as women must come together and ensure that whatever party you are in, we will support you where you are.
The 7 women governors, Anne Guru from Kirinyaga, Susan Kihika from Nakuru, Wavinya Ndeti from Machakos, Fatuma Achani from Kwale, Kabira Mwangaza of Meru, and Embu Cecily Marire assured Kenyans that they will deliver on the promises of devolution.
Governors, we want to assure you, come 2027, we are there. For Honorable Laika to become a governor, I have to deliver in Kwale because she is my neighbor. I have to deliver. And I want to assure you, we are going to deliver as female governor.
Kuchaguliwa mama kama gavana sio kitu rahisi. Some of us tried for 10 good years to be governors.
What I'm trying to say is do not be embarrassed to be a woman because that is who you are. Don't tell yourself that you have to be this hard man. Like my brother Sakaja said, be yourself, be authentic, and once you get the position, do not forget that the reason God put us here, because I believe, it is so that we can take care of those women in Mashinani.
When we were going to the nominations, we were very scared as a women running in single-member constituencies and running as senators or running as governors. One, we wanted to be assured that the nominations would be free and fair. And we didn't believe, out of experience, that we would get that fairness.
And we want to also let our people know that as women governors, we are making a commitment. And that is why institutional strengthening, transparency and accountability and governance are also very key pillars of our strategy.
For those of us who will not be running, I will be dedicating my time to campaign for women potential governors who have been chosen by their respective parties, to work with them, develop strategies for reaching out on the ground to ensure that we actually increase this number.
Alice Diana, Hope TV Newswatch.
Thank you, Alice Diana, for that report. On a similar note, President William Ruto has instructed the UDA party leadership to amend its rules so as to ensure that the presidency has a woman as a running mate in future elections. The head of state said that this will help in the implementation of women inclusion and balance in leadership. He added that the idea will trickle down to county leadership, ensuring that the gubernatorial positions have both genders going forward.
So all these great ladies are the epitome, as has been said here, of great leadership. And we want to work with you, and we will do the best that we can to make sure that women leadership succeeds, so that we can use it to rally the rest of our population to appreciate that for Kenya to make steps into the future, we cannot do it with half our population that are men. We must do it together with everybody on board.
As the International Women's Day is set to be celebrated tomorrow, the 8th of March, the Echo Network Africa, ENA, has today pre-celebrated the day with women from different women organizations all over the country. According to Director from the Ministry of Gender, Culture, Arts and Heritage, Magdalene Chepkenei, who represented the Cabinet Secretary for the Ministry, Aisha Jumwa, the government is working hand in hand with other non-governmental organizations that support women together to end femicide, FGM, and even gender-based violence. Nelias Wanjiro, who attended the event, has more.
Ahead of the tomorrow's celebrations of the International Women's Day, the national government has pledged to work with the various organizations to fight for the women's rights and ending femicide, FGM, and gender-based violence. Through the Director for the Ministry of Gender, Arts and Heritage Ministry, who represented the Cabinet Secretary for the Ministry, Aisha Jumwa, has said the government is also working with the media to enlighten women on the same.
The ministry, therefore, is working hand in hand with other arms of government to address the vice. The plans by ENA and Hans Sedel Foundation to amplify the message of women's security in the face of escalating technology facilitated TBV, including femicide, therefore, is most welcome. As I conclude, the government is committed to addressing these challenges by progressively putting in place various measures, including legislation, policy framework, programs for the empowerment of women in all spheres, as well as in prevention and response to gender-based violence, including FGM.
On her part, Lizzie Chongoti, the CEO of the Eco Network Africa in Nairobi region, has urged all women to be in the forefront in fighting women discrimination in the country.
Our focus is addressing the deep-rooted causes of conflicts and promoting inclusivity towards the creation of environments where women can thrive without fear or hindrance. And we work with a lot of women, particularly in the informal urban settlements. As we celebrate the International Women's Day today, we take pride in the great partnerships and collaborations through you and other stakeholders, where we have not only broken barriers, but have fostered a legacy of empowerment, resilience, and positive change.
On her part, Lizzie Chongoti, the CEO of the Eco Network Africa in Nairobi region, has urged all women to be in the forefront in fighting women discrimination in the country. On her side, the president and CEO for ENA in the country, Dr. Jennifer Riria, said this year's theme, which is acceleration, achievement of gender equality and empowerment inclusion, will work on strengthening institutions that supports women inclusion financially to curb poverty.
We need to strengthen. I think the first thing we need to think about is strengthening institutions that support women's inclusion and empowerment. Without those institutions, everything will remain on paper. We need to work ways of financial inclusion. How are we financially going to include women, bring women to the table where there's affordable financing? And not only affordable, but that financing must have a gender perspective. Because the needs of women are not the needs of men. We have been challenged to bring men along. Our many years of working have shown this is not about women. This is about society and development.
It has been an awesome day here at Eco Network Africa, celebrating women from all over the world. And from Hope Media Team, we are saying Happy International Women's Day to you and to every other woman in the world. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, my name is Nelias Wanjiru.
Much appreciated, Nelias Wanjiru, for that report. Now moving on to politics, ODM leader Raila Odinga has tasked former Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho and former Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya to take over the leadership of the party as he gets into a busy campaign across the continent for the AU top seat. Speaking in Wajir in the company of the two deputy party leaders, Odinga directed the two to unite the party and enhance its grassroots support through party membership recruitment drives. Abigail Namunde has more.
ODM leader led the recruitment and registration of new members in Wajir County. Odinga urged the residents of the county to register as members because Wajir is one of the counties that registered few members in the ODM registry. Raila Odinga, speaking to the locals, appreciated them for always standing with his party through their governor Ahmed Abdullahi. He also promised the locals, as much as he is campaigning for AU-ship, he is not leaving ODM party, but Wycliffe Oparanya and Ali Hassan Joho will take over as the party deputy leaders.
Na mimi siedi mahali, niko hapa hapa. Naenda, narudi. Naenda, sio. Mkinikitaka nirudi, mimi niko karibu tu. Kwa hiyo nataka chama chetu itabaki imeungana pamoja. Na niko hapa na watu wangu hapa. Niko hapa na Gavana Oparanya, Gavana Ali Hassan Joho. Si wako hapa? Vinara vya ODM. Simana hawa watu. Siku na hawa. Watashikana pamoja. Chama ambaye iko na msingi mzuri, hawezi kusambaratika ati mtu mmoja ameenda kando namna hii.
Wycliffe Oparanya and Ali Hassan Joho said that they are not in the race to succeed Raila Odinga because there are more important things that they have inherited from him that are more important than the title. They also asked the locals to register as members.
Raila Amolo Odinga ni kiongozi wa kimataifa, sivyo? Na ana haki ya kuzungumza siasa ya Kenya, siasa ya East Africa, siasa ya Afrika, siasa ya dunia pia. Si namna hiyo? Si ametosha? Si ametosha? Pia nataka niseme kitu chengine cha muhimu sana. Watu wamezungumza mambo ya kurithi Raila Amolo Odinga. Watu wamezungumza mambo ya nini? Kurithi Raila Amolo Odinga. Ile mimi nataka kusema hapa kama Hassan Ali Joho, ile kitu ambaye mimi narithi kwa Raila Amolo Odinga is the ideology ambaye amenifundisha kwa miaka yangu ya siasa, mawazo, mienendo, mwelekeo na uthabiti na ujasiri na usimba wa siasa.
Mimi nimekuja hapa ni musihi watu wa Wajir mjiandikishe kwa wingi kuwa wanachama wa ODM. Kwa sababu ODM ni chama kikubwa, tunataka hiyo chama iendelee kuwa kubwa, iwe strong kama ile vyama vingine. Hata sisi tukitoka, chama inaendelea mbele. Tuko pamoja. Mambo ya papa kwenda AU, sisi kama wanachama tumesema baba aende huko, itakuwa vizuri sana kwa chama chetu cha ODM na kwa inji ya Kenya. Na mjue papa hakuna mahali anaenda, ataendelea kushikilia sisi kwa chama cha ODM.
According to Wajir Governor Ahmed Abdullahi, he has assured Odinga that they will stand with him even if he has decided to run for the African Union chairmanship.
Sisi pia tunakuombea na tunakuombea upate ile cheo unang'ang'ania huko AU. Hiyo ni cheo muhimu katika Afrika. That is like becoming African president. Thank you for first showing the interest. We are with you. Na Arusha si mbali kutoka hapa, sisi tutaenda kukampeni na wewe. Tuko tayari, iko karibu. Addis Ababa si mbali, it's just some meters away. But Baba, as you may be, and the way we think and hope, you leave the exit. You exit this stage. We want you to hand over this mantle.
According to Wajir Governor Ahmed Abdullahi, he has assured Odinga that they will stand with him even if he has decided to run for the African Union chairmanship.
Oh, wanapata nishani ya
Abigail Namude reporting for Hope TV Newswatch.
Oh, wanapata 20,000.
Much appreciated, Abigail Namude, for that report. And on that political note, we take a short break on Newswatch tonight. We have plenty more coming up after the break.
To get Ebenezer by Jane Allaire as your Skiza tune, SMS the word Skiza 88300023 and send to 811. Hope Skiza, spreading the hope.
Ebenezer, you been our God. Ebenezer, 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 oh, Ebenezer, you been our God. This far, wewe ni Mungu usiyelala na ibada yangu nakupa wewe Bwana.
To get Wewe ni Mungu by Evelyn Wanjiru as your Skiza tune, SMS the word Skiza 88300028 and send to 811. Hope Skiza, spreading the hope.
umepigana vita zangu. Nakupa ibada ya moyo wangu usiku wa leo.
Welcome back. Ahead of marking the International Women's Day this year tomorrow, the news division at Hope Media today took the opportunity to celebrate women working in its newsroom. In the event that is a first of its kind in the department, the journalists celebrated in sharing cake with excitement. The journalists say the celebration of this day has inspired them and is a sign that Hope Media honors all women. Those who spoke honored their mothers, among other courageous and resilient women impacting the world. Commenting on this year's theme to inspire inclusion, many have mentioned that the inclusion of women in all sectors will lead to more progress and equality.
Today, it's been an awesome day. Actually, I'd say for the first time, women, or rather female colleagues at Hope Media have been celebrated on this International Women's Day, something that has never happened before. So it's something I can say it has been amazing. And of course, the women here at Hope Media have really felt inspired and encouraged.
Dini, ukabila, taifa, au hata utamaduni ni siku ambayo tunashirikia wanawake, yani ile ku appreciate kwa
this year's theme concerning inclusion, I will say that the world is doing a lot, in my opinion, in including women in many spheres, especially when you look at here in Hope Media is one of the places or organizations I would say has exceeded expectation when you talk about the 2/3 gender rule.
Umuhimu wa kusherehekea siku hii ni kuhakikisha kwamba naweza kuwatambua kina dada zetu katika chumba cha habari cha Hope Media kama nguzo muhimu ambayo inatusaidia kuendesha habari na pia kuwa nguzo ya kuhakikisha kwamba kazi inaendelea kama jinsi inavyohitajika, na pia mbali na kazi tu kuwatambua kama watu ambao wana umuhimu ama wana nafasi bora katika jamii nchini Kenya na hata katika dunia.
And away from celebrating women, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has assured citizens that the Kenya Kwanza administration is committed to completely eradicating the long-standing issues of banditry and cattle rustling that have plagued various parts of the country for years. Kindiki made these remarks during a consultative forum with elected leaders from Meru County, where he emphasized that the government is actively engaging all stakeholders to decisively address this menace. During the forum, Kindiki expressed particular concern about the prevailing insecurity in the northern grazing fields of Meru North, inviting local leaders to contribute their insights and proposals on how best to tackle this challenge effectively. Grace Ahati reports.
In a bid to restore peace and tranquility in areas plagued by banditry and cattle rustling in the country, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has reassured citizens that the government is fully dedicated to eliminating this long-standing issue. Kindiki was speaking during a consultative forum with elected leaders from Meru County, where he expressed particular concern about the prevailing insecurity in the northern grazing fields of Meru North, inviting the local leaders to contribute their insights and proposals geared towards addressing the challenge.
I want to give you my commitment. It doesn't matter the maneuvers that the bandits apply. It doesn't matter how persistent the problem looks. I want you to know that in the tenure of this administration, this first term, and in my tenure as the Interior Minister of Kenya, we will stamp out the problem of banditry completely.
Kindiki has at the same time emphasized that the ongoing security operations in bandit-hit regions will not be influenced by politicians, as he stressed that the operation is solely focused on addressing security concerns and not political agendas.
We are going to very brutal. We are going to arrest so many people. We are going to destroy so many illegal outfits. Please stay away from this problem. It's a law enforcement thing. And don't politicize it because it's not political. Security, law enforcement is not a political issue.
Kindiki also took the opportunity to update the Meru leaders on the nationwide operation announced by the government on Wednesday to combat the manufacture, trade, consumption, and abuse of illicit alcohol, narcotic drugs, and psychotropic substances. He urged the leaders to support the government's initiative in combating illicit brews and substance abuse, emphasizing that this is a critical national concern that requires collective efforts to be addressed effectively.
If we don't correct this problem of drugs and these poisonous alcoholic drinks, 10, 20 years from now, we will have no generation to take over from us. Hatutakuwa na MCA, everybody will be a zombie. Hakuna MP, hakuna minister, hakuna askari, hakuna nurse, there is no farmer, there is no shopkeeper, everybody is a zombie. It is a threat. This is just like terrorism and banditry.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Grace Ahati.
Thank you, Grace Ahati. In commemoration of International Women's Day 2024 and in alignment with its theme, Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress, a groundbreaking initiative aimed at addressing gender-based violence through innovative business solutions, was launched at the Daystar University Mbagathi campus. The campaign, titled Inspire Inclusion, seeks to tackle the scourge of economic disempowerment as a critical aspect of the broader fight against GBV. Spearheaded by the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, the initiative brings together a coalition of public and private sector stakeholders committed to combating GBV.
Gender-based violence takes place in workplaces, in our homes, in our institution, and therefore this is something that has to be tackled by all. This is not something that you leave to the police. This is not something that you leave to the government. All of us have to be involved in the fight against gender-based violence. I think the statistics have been indicated. You're talking about 35 to 40% of people above the age of 15 that have experienced a form of gender-based violence.
And the good working relations between the national government and the county government of Embu has enabled the county to attract 2.5 billion shillings worth of development projects. Governor Cecily Mbarire has noted the beneficiary projects include the ultra-modern market at a cost of 1 billion shillings, modernization of Runyenje's market at a cost of 250 million shillings, the county aggregation and industrial park project at Makanga, co-founded by national and county governments, at 500 million shillings, and the improvement of the Embu Moi Stadium done ahead of last year's Madaraka Day celebrations, among others. Addressing the Embu County Assembly during the inaugural State of the County address on Wednesday, Mbarire said her government has tried to sort out the 2.1 billion shilling spending bills mess she inherited from the previous administration.
In a special way, I wish to thank His Excellency the President Dr. William Ruto and the United Democratic Alliance's leadership for finding it fit to have me as the national chair of the ruling party. This position is of great benefit to the people of Embu and gives me a platform to negotiate with the government for development projects. I'm happy to inform this House that we have benefited greatly through projects funded by the two levels of government. Allow me to point out the key development projects born out of our exceptional relationship with the national government and more so His Excellency the President. Number one, the construction and development of Embu ultra-modern markets. This project, which is worth close to 1 billion, courtesy of the State Department of Housing and Urban Development. We have also been able to secure yet another major market for Yenges town at a cost of about 250 million, and it was also advertised yesterday, Tuesday, 5th March 2024.
This week on Adam's Cave.
Even when I joined my political party in 2006, people were fearing to shake my hand. Kissinger, people would shake my hand and then you could see them wipe off their... like albinism is contagious.
He is a man who has served in various government capacities with vigor and resilience, and he is not ashamed of the gospel of Christ.
I am here to tell you it is man enough to pray and to seek the face of God.
Amen.
And do not think that these positions are given by men.
Join Isaac Mwaura, the government spokesperson, as he takes us through his political journey and the place of God in this two-part series of For God and Country. That's this Friday at 7:20 p.m. exclusively on Hope TV and also on our YouTube and Facebook pages.
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, it becomes better, and I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better. Cindy?
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on Leadership Forum. Do they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcasts?
Really? Even Meet of the Wild?
Yeah. I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out the latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website, www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen and live.
Welcome back in business. Konza Technopolis is transforming 5,000 acres into a world-class smart city powered by ICT, reliable infrastructure, and business-friendly governance. Government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura highlighted its potential to benefit Kenya, Africa, and the world during a press briefing in Makueni County. This initiative aims to drive innovation, attract investments, and propel economic growth, serving a model, for sustainable development globally. Kate and Diego with that report.
Konza Technopolis has earned its place among Kenya's top world-class cities due to its rapid growth, focus on technology, and commitment to sustainability. Notably, it has become the premier drone zone in Kenya, drawing investors globally. Josephine Dambaki, Konza's chief manager in business development and innovation, outlined the city's phases and progress, emphasizing its development and innovation priority.
And so Konza is one of the key projects under Vision 2030 that is aimed to transform the country into a middle-income industrializing economy and contributing at least 2% of the country's GDP. Now, over time, we have aspired to align to the ongoing government priorities, and currently we are very well entrenched in the plan, which is focusing on improving livelihoods and the welfare of Kenyans. We are also working towards the Sustainable Development Goals and contributing to Africa Agenda 2060.
Dr. Paul Okwiri, CEO of Konza, discussed upcoming project avenues aimed at bolstering the creative sectors and digital economy through technology and sustainability initiatives. These projects are expected to attract investments and stimulate bottom-up economic growth by generating job opportunities for the youth in the country.
On the second question about the investments that have been done here, yes, as per the presentation, the 1.5 trillion is the ultimate goal within which we'll be able to achieve the investment in this technopolis. As you'll be going around, we can enumerate the projects that have been put in through government support, development partners, and also investors. We'll be able to enumerate them as we go through them, and you can actually speak to a figure up to above 100 billion that has been put in the technopolis through the infrastructure that has been done, and also through the various vertical development that have happened.
Government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura emphasized the significance of the Digital Jibambe program in advancing the government's ambition to empower youth, foster talent, and generate more digital jobs, thus fueling economic growth.
And clean hospitals and facilities, and even syringes and what have you. Something has to give, honestly, good people. All of us here at some point will fall sick. All of us don't have that insurance that is for the people who have maybe good jobs. Maybe like myself. I'm being humble when I'm saying so. We need just to revolutionize this whole issue of medical health care. Many Kenyans are suffering.
Sitting on 5,000 acres, Konza Technopolis is a major development project supported by the government that is in line with Kenya's Vision 2030. It will be a city that is supported by a thriving ICT sector, reliable infrastructure, and a business-friendly management system. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, my name is Kate Andiego.
Thank you, Kate and Diego, for that report. Commercial International Bank CIB has today pledged support for traders across East Africa seeking to directly conduct business in Egypt. CIB made this announcement during the first Kenya-Egypt Forum in Nairobi, where the bank highlighted its role in facilitating trade for Egyptian businesses currently working in Kenya. According to Sheila Kiarisima, independent non-executive board member of CIB Kenya, the bank will invest in deepening the trade networks in Kenya and Egypt to capitalize on the under-tapped potential of intra-African trade that could significantly contribute to creating new business opportunities and markets in both countries, and as a result to the greater national economic development goals of both Kenya and Egypt.
Egypt and Kenya share a rich history and cultural heritage, and it's time to leverage these ties to propel our economies forward. As an Egyptian bank, we are committed to facilitating trade, investment, and collaboration between our two nations. Kenya's strategic location and vibrant economy make it a key player in the African continent. The Kenyan market, as we all know, is one of the most advanced digitally, and it serves a hub for trade and investment, attracting businesses and investors from around the world. By strengthening our relationship with Kenya, we not only gain access to its market, but also position ourselves to tap into the vast opportunities that Africa has to offer.
I am happy that two countries within Africa have come together to promote trade and investment between them. Why? Because when you look at the statistics of Africa, we have a problem, because when you look at the 55 countries that make up Africa, Our total population is 1.3 billion people, which is 17% of the world population. But our share of manufactured products coming out of Africa into the rest of the world is 2.8%. So while you make 17% of the world population, your share of manufacturing in the world is only 3%.
And in sports, 165 amateur golfers drawn from 7 countries globally have been drawn for the NCBA Bank-sponsored 2024 Muthaiga Open that is set to take place from Friday, March 8th to Sunday, March 10th, 2024 at the home of golf, Muthaiga Golf Club. The field includes 141 top Kenyans who will be joined by players from India, Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda, Norway, and and the Great Britain. Notably, a contingent of 9 ladies is poised to make their mark and challenge their male counterparts on the course. Among the notable players to watch at the Muthaiga Open are Elvis Muigwa, who has dominated the Kenya Amateur Golf Championship KAGC series by claiming victories at the Sigona Bowl, Great Rift Valley Championship, and the Windsor Classic. Well, we have come to the end of Newswatch tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Tess Njenga. Have a good night.